Hani. Welcome to another episode of the You Only Live Once Life and Business Innovation Style Meditations, Yummy Conversations, where Hani bring you yummy conversations so that you can transform out of your life into the one that you love and have your unique magnetic momentum driving the forces. Now, today in this video, we're going to be talking about 5 different ways on how to cancel and delete the insecurity in your life, especially if you have the words of I want to give up as you're going on your path, on your calling, on your purpose, on the path that you know that you want, and reconnect to your power, reconnect to your decision, reconnect to the success that you're here and meant to create for yourself, and to take on the reins and continue going strong. So this is especially for you if you feel like you are dejected, if you feel like you don't have enough in you anymore, if you feel like you're just exhausted from giving in so much, especially if you're feeling a lot of self-judgments, insecurities, voices in your head, criticisms, just really beating yourself up. And this is totally for you if you are feeling that things are going really slow, the results are coming really slowly, and just to continue motivate yourself on this long path of success, the next level of success, especially for you liberated leaders. Now, the first thing to do is to connect to how much you want it, because the biggest challenge is if you don't reconnect with the hunger, with the ferocity, with the quench and the thirst, and how much you want what it is that you're here to create, then it's easily diminishable for you to just fall off of your horse and to look around you and start comparing yourself to other people who are not on this path, thinking that you want to be doing something else with your life, even though you know that that's not as fulfilling and meaningful as the path that you're on. And so it's to connect to how much you want it and how much this path is yours, not someone else's, not comparing yourself to other people, other people's path, but it's your path. So really being clear on that. We have a person who is so bright and shining on a path of changing lives, right? In one of our liberated leader communities. But the thing is, like, all her friends, although amazing people, are on their own paths. And she often compares herself to the types of material wealth that her other friends have gained. And when she compares herself to that and the way that they created that through different jobs, it's different from the entrepreneurship world and the impact-driven topics that she wanted to do. And so it's easy for her to flip-flop before she saw results in her own path, to see that maybe some other person's path is her way. But when she started realizing that that's just a trap of comparison, and stayed on her path and focused on what it is that she needed to deliver to the world in order to create the change and impact, that's when things started flowing again. And that's when energy started coming again. And knowing that because your path is uncharted a lot of the times, especially if you're doing this light work, it's important to refocus, recharge, and reinstate the desire and the commitment to your personal path to succeed. Now, step number 2 is identifying exactly what is stopping you. So sometimes what's stopping you is energy levels, right? And sometimes what's stopping you is the belief systems in yourself. Sometimes what's stopping you might be all the closed doors and all the no's and all the failures or it could be the lack of results. So what specifically is stopping you from continuing? Because you know that as you're on your path, there are certain 80-20 actions that can actually move you forward. Now, why are you not doing them? Or are you doing them consistently? Or are you doing them and not getting the results? So it's asking yourself, what specifically is stopping you, right? And if it's a simple idea of the lack of results, or a simple thing of, well, it's not that simple, some may say, but the idea of, okay, I don't have the possibility or the positivity in creating that next step and next step and next step and next step and momentum and belief system, then it's really about being truthful and saying, look, like today, the feeling of the confidence in self is not there. So what is specifically stopping you? Now, if it's confidence, then we would go to number 3, which is to understand and feel what it is that you're lacking. Because once you know clearly what's stopping you, then it's easier to come to terms with it. If you ignore it and bulldoze over it, then it's really easy to just shove it down and suppress it and never really taking care of the root of it. Now, if it's self-judgment, if it's self-criticism, or it's the impatience of wanting the result sooner than when it is naturally meant to take course and happen, then it's really about looking deeper and understanding if this is a pattern that you have. Because if it's just negativity and disbelief or specific strategies that you need to execute on that you're not doing, then it's really about looking inside, okay, what is, first of all, ask the questions that you need to ask yourself in order to move forward more strongly and with more power. What would make you feel more empowered to move forward? What would make you and inspire you to move forward with your personal inspiration, with your personal energy and your personal, if you don't have self-judgment, what is it? Is it motivation? Then what is the opposite and same level of intensity and strength of which you need in order to move forward? And so whatever that is, accept it and feel it, because what you don't want and what you resist is going to persist. And if you don't take care of that, it will keep biting you in the butt over and over and over again. So accept what it is that you feel is stopping you from moving forward, even if it's lethargy or self sabotage, right? And then number 4, imagine yourself without it. What would you do without that? If you knew that you could just take action with no drama when you don't have that, then state that, right? Who would you be without this giving up feeling, without this self-judgment, without this self-criticism? Who would you be? You have had a moment that you didn't have that. So what is that? And feel it, embody it, be it, and go forth with it. Now, the last step, the 5th step of this yummy transformational process, which we talk about in our framework, is taking action. You always, always, always seal the deal by taking the actions to move forward. Now, taking action is very important because, as we talked about, not only do you have to feel your emotions, change the energetic structure of it to make sure that it fits your path, fits your goal, but you also want to take action so that you solidify that into the material world. So having the energy, the manifestation, the creation into the solidified current world. All right. So ring the bells in your system to make sure you take that action. What is that to move your business forward, to move your life forward, to move your decisions forward? Now, actions are very important, especially when it comes to creating massive changes in your life. So if you wanted, these 5 steps are only 5 of the things that you can do from sequential order in order to move past this I want to give up feeling. However, if you don't remove the energetics of it, it might come back and haunt you. So make sure that you do that. We also have a quantum prosperity blueprint, energy activation, to overhaul some of these things that are stopping your quantum prosperity or your transition period, if you're going through a transition period, in order to create that new reality for you, which I'll stick in the link below so that you can get access to that. It shows you way more depth about how to unearth some of these inhibitions, unearth these confusions and misclarities and just cloudy energy fog when it comes to understanding what are the actions that are meant for you to take from an energetic space of clarity and confidence. All right, so these are the 5 steps on stopping you from giving up, making sure that you are connected to your why, accepting it, who would you be without it, and then taking action and making sure that you know exactly what it is you need to do. This is Hani. We'll sign off, and links below to get deeper in this and to make sure that you are on track to your unique magnetic momentum once and always. Talk to you soon.